So you will decide whether the violet flame shall be for you the point of the springboard of your victory. So you will decide whether this vessel of chakras shall now be the 7 openings for the flame of violet fire to pass through as you allow yourself to be Krishna's flute. You will decide what the violet flame will be as the X factor in the turning around of your life, your economy, your outlook. Everything that happens to you in this world can be altered by the violet flame. Only you can decide. The violet flame C is in place. Om Ritas is in place. We, Elohim of the 7th ray, saturate the earth daily with violet flame dew. So, beloved hearts, you will decide whether the waters under the earth, whether the earth itself, whether all this pollution that is killing wildlife and killing the bodies of human beings, whether it shall be transmuted, whether it shall not. Somehow this human mind that carries the caste of the dweller on the threshold and the not-self does not quite believe, even in the minds and hearts of chelas, that the violet flame can do everything that you need to have done. I am going to take tours once again. I am going to bring tours of light bearers who make it to the universities of the spirit in the etheric octave, to the violet planet. I want you to see with your very eyes, your spiritual eyes and your spiritual senses, what the violet flame can do for you day by day and what you can do for planet Earth. All rests in the hearts of those who become true believers in the violet flame. Now, many of you believe you are true believers, but beloved ones, true believers will truly do more when they see daily and nightly on the news and in the papers the catastrophes that are happening everywhere. Have you been swift then to douse the explosion, the most recent one in the Soviet Union, where there has been toxic chemicals, toxic radioactive substance going forth? Have you been quick to leap upon this and that situation? Well, beloved ones, if you have not, I understand, for I see clearly that the violet flame has not sunk deep enough into your being, that you have the absolute conviction that your voice giving the violet flame calls will make the difference, and that it shall be multiplied 10,000 times 10,000. It shall be carried out by all legions of the violet flame and those whom you send under Sanat Kumara and the 7 archangels, according to the dispensation given. Yes, beloved hearts, seeing is going to be believing, and we are going to see to it that at some level of your being, both conscious and unconscious, you are going to acknowledge the miracles of the very violet flame that you invoke. Well, when an alchemist goes to his laboratory, if he does not perform the experiment, if he does not engage in alchemy, nothing happens. Well, if you do nothing, you will see nothing. And so the experiment must include your invoking the violet flame for a certain amount of time each day until you have a momentum building in your aura. After all, beloved, you are used to paying a price for a popsicle or a candy bar or a bottle of Coke. Why not pay the price in giving decrees to the violet flame for more violet flame to come along and multiply everything that is good and beautiful in your life and clean out of your life all that is not good and beautiful? It is the wonder drug of the century. It is the wonder flame, and it can make the difference in which way planet Earth goes. I don't care if you whistle the violet flame, sing the violet flame, jump and dance the violet flame, do circle dances to all of your music to the violet flame, create new music to the violet flame decrees. Whatever you do, make games out of it, do marathons out of it, whatever it is. Beloved ones, you have to get busy with exciting and innovative methods to bring that violet flame into every area of your life and to bring it there at the point where it counts with the science of the spoken word, your tongue, and your chakras. We, the Elohim Arcturus and Victoria, say to you that we could tell this message again and again and again, but things are simply not moving in the earth the way they should be. And I think that people know that all of the problems of the world cannot be resolved by one nation, one president, one Congress, or one approach. The problems of the world are bigger than both of us and all of us. They are not bigger than the Elohim of God, but they are bigger than us when we have no one to contact in the earth that will make the call to the violet flame whereby we can intercede. This, then, is the very need of the hour to get things moving in Europe, to get things moving in Bosnia, in Yugoslavia, in all of these places where you sit and stare in wonder at the atrocities being committed. Yet has the violet flame yet saturated the area? Have the judgment calls saturated the area? And upon the Serbs who are perpetrating these deeds and others who are perpetrating these deeds, beloved ones, the judgment calls, and all that you have available to you must go forth, for you know that the Serbs are tied to the communists who have been, and therefore there is that element at play in all of these international relations that are going on and yet accomplishing very, very little. Wherever you look and see, in your home, in your family, and with your children, know that the violet flame can and will make the difference. We ask you then to make that difference and to make it now, beloved. Make it now while you have the joy of life in your heart and the opportunity to win so many points for Saint Germain. Some of you have asked the messenger, when is Saint Germain coming back to Washington, D.C.? Well, I will tell you, beloved, there is a very good chance of Saint Germain returning to Washington, D.C. if the worldwide keepers of the flame decide to mount a terrific mountain of violet flame for and on behalf of the victory of liberty in this nation and every nation under God. There is a very good chance if keepers of the flame take advantage of coming together so that a Maltese cross formation may be permanently over their homes, their gathering places, and their cities. Yes, there is a very good chance. But you see, beloved, Saint Germain considers that for all he has given the people of light on earth for so many centuries, that he cannot step forth and take from the dispensation he has received and apply it to a population in general, such as even the capital of this nation, without keepers of the flame and others who recognize the violet flame as the key, taking responsibility for the dispensation they are asking for. Thus, beloved ones, whether you are pleased or not with the actions of your representatives, no matter what the party, if you are not pleased or if you are pleased, I tell you that Washington, D.C. needs the violet flame as much and more as any other city. There are ghettos, there is crime, there are drugs, there are mothers who mourn the loss of their children in gang warfares and in shootings. This is happening in the major cities of the country. What will put it out? Well, I tell you, what will douse those fires of hell that are coming right up out of the bowels of the earth is the violet flame. You have the violet flame in your hearts and souls on the surface, and you have the violet flame sea in the center of the earth. You have legions of violet flame at your command. You know, beloved ones, many of you have seen the film Aladdin, and you've said to yourselves, well, that is just what I need. I need a genie. And then you've stopped and thought and said to yourself, wait a minute, I have a genie. El Moria is my genie. El Moria will do anything for me that I ask him to do that is within the will of God and that is the will of God. Well, Saint Germain is a genie also. So you have your genies. In fact, you have 10,000 times 10,000 genies. For look at all of the ascended masters and hosts of the Lord that will just hear one command from you when that command is qualified by the will of God, and they will answer and they will perform so long as that is the will of God and it is the cosmic timetable for that event. So you see, you cannot cry boo-hoo that you do not have a genie. You are all Aladdins, and all you need to do is rub the violet flame lamp and see what happens. Are you not even interested in seeing what will happen if you turn up the violet flame decrees, beloved ones? Yes. Well, if you are the least bit interested, I would suggest that you follow the laws of the 9 steps of alchemy of Saint Germain, that you do your treasure mapping, and that you do not weary in hearing the dictations of the ascended masters, or even hearing the repetition of some of these principles. You see, you would not have to hear anything repeated if you put them to good use. If you pass the grade, and we could all go on to the next grade. But if you do not, beloved, we come back and we attempt to put in a different way the same teaching so that you will not say we are boring professors. But you see, beloved ones, that sometimes the roles are turned and we find that our chelas are boring because they have the same complaints and have been told the same antidotes of the violet flame and don't use them. Well, what is this stupor? What is this stupefaction? What is this thing, beloved, whereby you can chatter and talk about this and that and nothing of great consequence, when the very words that fall out of your mouth can be the alchemy that changes a planet? Well, you know, beloved ones, we will not weary you in this message. We have given it. It is said, it is spoken, it is true, it will work. And our good ship leaves for the violet planet this night, and all who desire a tour can come and see and know what really goes on there, and perhaps you can recruit some violet flame beings and elementals to come back to Earth with you and give you that shot in the arm and remind you day by day, as they are elementals and angels and evolving souls of light, to give your violet flame decrees. We have said it, beloved. We shall not weary the ethers or your souls. We give you wide room, therefore, to step in, to invoke the violet flame, and to solve every problem that knocks at your door, which is not a problem, but which is the initiation even of your Lord Sanat Kumara, who loves you so profoundly, who observes what attainment you do have, how hard you do work, and all the efforts you are making, and would like to elevate you to a level of adept on the path if you will simply solve a few of those little personality psychological problems and this and that of human stubbornness, and get it out of the way and see how, for the merit that you have and the long string of badges that you have of merit, how you could easily climb to a level of adeptship if you would take care of a few things that you have neglected, which things, as I have said, we have repeated again and again on all of the 7 rays. And therefore, rather than weary you in any more conversation, I give to you your own mouthpiece, and may you speak the full power of the violet flame. We are in joy, Arcturus and Victoria, ever ready to save planet Earth in answer to your command.